this. You can have a nice latch here that's lockable, and we basically can open it all the way up, and it's like it's not there. It tucks nicely away, it stays there on its own, and then if you want to close it, you can basically close it like this, and it latches all on its own. And so if you're interested in that, stick around. So it's time to build a gate for this deck. Now, one of the first things that you want to do is check to make sure your posts on either side are as plumb as they can be. A lot of times there's not too much that you can do. Hopefully the railing was put in a way and the posts were put in a way that made them as plumb as possible, so that it's a consistent measurement here. But we want to get our measurement here of this opening. And so it's no surprise, since I built this opening to be 36 inches, that it's pretty much 36 inches on the dot. And also, since these posts are fairly plumb, that 36-inch opening goes all the way down. But you want to make sure to get a measurement towards the top and towards the bottom, just in case the opening is a little bit bigger at either the top or the bottom. We might want to account for that when we build our gate. We also want it to line up with our railing system in terms of the height, and so we're measuring from the bottom of our current railing system up to the top, and then we can get a nice reading for how high we want it. For me, it's going to be about 36 3/8. So you can see our width of our gate is going to be 3/4 of an inch shorter than the gap between the posts. And so we had 36 inches between the posts. That means we're going to have 35 1/4 for the width of our gate. That'll leave a gap on either side. And also we have that 36 3/8 measurement for the height of our gate. And so the way that this will be designed, there's many ways to do this gate, but the way I'm going to do is I'm going to flip 2x4s up on their edge and miter them in all 4 corners, and then put the balusters in the middle. And that is the design that I chose to do. We need 2 pieces of 2x4 cut at 36 3/8, and then we need 2 pieces of 2x4 cut at 35 1/4, measured from the long end of the miter. So we're going to take our miter saw and set it at a 45-degree angle, and then we're going to get cutting here. The wood that we will be using is treated wood, so make sure that it's rated for outdoors, and then we'll also be sealing it afterwards. All of our fasteners as well are going to be these GRK screws, which are rated for treated wood. Okay, so with one hand you hold it in and down and support it, keeping your fingers away from the saw. Turn the saw on, and then we'll cut our first miter. When we measure this, we're measuring from the tip of this miter cut to the tip of the next miter cut. So there's my mark at 35 1/4. You can see how that is going to be to the tip of the next miter. Here's our first piece at 35 1/4. This one, let's say, can be the bottom. Notice how some of the cut, I basically used a drill with a 1/4 inch drill bit to pre-drill, and then I used this drill with a socket adapter, and I have the clutch set on this drill to 10, and that actually torqued it down quite nicely without over tightening it. When I installed the 2 hinges on this side, I actually made sure to lift this corner up just a little bit, because over time the weight of the gate, it'll eventually start sagging a little bit, and so I'd rather have this end a little bit higher to account for that over time. Not too much, but just a little tip for you. So the gate is done now. The last step was just installing this little latch, and so you had 4 screws and then 2 screws. It's really not that big of a deal, and this lifts up like this, and you can see how it opens nicely, and it can go pretty much all the way back here if you want, and then as you close it, it will latch nicely for you. Notice how I also filled that little split from earlier, so that should be good to go. And really, one of the last steps is when I seal the deck with the wood sealer. I'm also going to be coming over and sealing this. If you're wondering why this is just a little bit of a different color, it's because it's newer and it hasn't weathered yet. As the wood weathers, it changes colors a little bit, and so this will eventually all be blended in very nicely. So I just did the 2 new railing sections today and this gate. So I hope that this gate video helped you with your project, and if it did, smash that like button, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos related to construction. We'll see you on the next one.